Hi, sporks. Another retarded video. This is my iPhone 11 Pro. Not the Pro Max, just the Pro. The Max is too big and heavy. It's uncomfortable to use. This one is at my limit as far as how big I want it, giggity. It's not too big, not too small. Still has a stupid lightning port. I don't know why they haven't put USB-C yet. So yeah, what is my checklist? What is my major checklist that is missing on this damn iPhone that I want to have on the iPhone? Number 1, USB-C. We're still having the stupid lightning port. USB-C is superior, damn it. And it's more simple. USB-C is on everything. Damn it! Like, I don't understand. They have USB-C on all of the MacBooks, even USB-C on the iPads now. But they still have Lightning on the iPhone. This is the only iOS device. No, I'm not counting the stupid iPod Touch. That thing is dead. This is the only thing that still has a Lightning. I don't understand why they don't go with USB-C. Are they really that greedy that they want to keep making extra profits off of all their stupid cables, dongles, and other accessories? Just get with the times, put USB-C on here already. Number 2, no time of flight sensor. I was kind of hoping that the iPhone 11s, at least the Pro models, would have a time of flight camera. But no, they just decided to add a third camera, ultra wide, and a wide-angle lens, and they decided to have the most weird camera placement ever. It looks like fucking Mickey Mouse. Seriously. Like, I feel like they did that on purpose. No matter which way you hold it, no matter what angle it's at, I always see Mickey Mouse. Like, it just looks like Mickey Mouse, no matter which way you hold it. I'm telling you, they did that on purpose. They got inspiration from Disney. Another thing, the notch. This is the 3rd generation of this iPhone X. We are on year 3 now of the same damn design, which still includes this big intrusive notch right here. Can't really see it very well, but the notch has not shrunk. Like, it's still there. Why is it still even there? They haven't even bothered to make it smaller. I thought that after the 3rd version of this phone came out, this 3rd iPhone X, I would have thought they would have at the very least shrunk the notch, like cut the size in half at the very least. Preferably, honestly, I would rather have no notch there at all, but then it's like, where are you going to put all the Face ID sensors and the camera and all that? Apple doesn't want to have that cutout notch, so they're just going to have this big, bulky, intrusive notch on the top, which is stupid. I mean, if anything, I would much rather have the hole punch notch, because it's not even a notch, it's just a little hole punch where the front-facing camera goes. Otherwise, there's no notch. There's practically nothing there. It's not intrusive at all. I mean, it is slightly noticeable, like on the Galaxy S20, for example. The hole punch in the center is slightly kind of noticeable, but it's nothing like this ridiculous fat notch right here. The new iPhone 12 or iPhone 2020, whatever they're going to call it, I don't even care what they call it. I know that it's probably still going to have the stupid notch. And if they don't, at the very, very least, cut the size of the notch in half, shrink it down. I mean, seriously, they could make the Face ID sensors. I mean, by the time the next iPhone comes out, we're going to be on the 3rd. It's going to be 3 years later. 3 years. We're going to be on the 4th generation of this stupid iPhone X design. Like, seriously, I know for a fact they have the technology to shrink the Face ID sensors, make them a lot smaller. And if they can do that, then all they have to do is push the earpiece right here, the earpiece/speaker, push that all the way to the top bezel, which is what all of these other Android phones are doing. They put the earpiece at the very, very top part of the phone and do the same damn thing with the front-facing camera. Just move it along with all the other sensors to the very, very top, and even then, they could shrink the notch in half at least. If they don't at the very least cut the size of the notch in half, well, I'm getting the iPhone 12 regardless, but it will be my last iPhone that I'll be getting for the next couple of years after that, because keep in mind that they only change the design on this iPhone, like major redesign, every 3 years. Okay, they used to do it every 2 years, which was a lot more exciting. It was, it gave us more to look forward to because there was more change, there was more good stuff. But now it's like less people are buying new phones because these phones are pretty stagnant at this point. There's not really a whole lot changing. These phones are super powered. They're ridiculous. They're as fast as desktop computers. They have like almost DSLR quality cameras at this point. They just last a lot longer and they're capable of so much that less people are really feeling the need to get the new versions of the phone. So obviously that's why Apple is going to having a major redesign every 3 years and instead of every 2 years, which I still think is stupid. Like, why do we have to wait that long just to have a redesign? But that's basically what they've done. When the iPhone 6 came out, that was a major redesign from the 5S. And then the iPhone 6S came out, and it was the same damn design. I think it was pretty much the same exact design. It was like very, very minimal difference in looks. It was mostly the material that was a lot more durable, but same design. And then iPhone 7 came out, again, same damn design. It was just slightly refined. It was a little bit cleaner looking, but other than getting rid of the tacky like antenna bands that were on the top and bottom and just made the back look a little cleaner, it had the same damn design. And then after that, iPhone X, which is this design, finally came around. And that was the next major redesign. Because after the iPhone 6, that's when they went to instead of changing the design every 2 years, they started changing the design every 3 years from the iPhone 6 onward. So then iPhone X came out, and that was the next major redesign from the iPhone 6. And then the iPhone XS came out, which had the same exact design. And then after that, we're at the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. And again, it has the same damn design, especially on the front. You look at the front, you look at the bottom, the sides, you wouldn't even be able to tell. You would probably think that it's still an iPhone X or an XS. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The only design change is the cameras on the back. They redesigned the cameras and added a third camera, not to mention they made them a lot bigger. Like the cameras are twice the size compared to the X and the XS. And not to mention, it's just redesigned in general, and there's a third camera right here, and they just kind of tweak things around, and they cleaned up the back even more, so there's literally nothing on the back of this phone now. Let me show you what I mean. They basically completely cleaned up the back of the iPhone, because previously, since the beginning of the iPhone, it's always had like some random text and some FCC branding crap on the bottom here, like Apple iPhone designed in California, FCC bullshit down here. They finally got rid of all of that with this latest iPhone, and it's because they were able to finally, I don't know why they didn't do this years ago, but they put all of the FCC bullshit in the phone itself. It's in the About section on the phone now, so thus they don't have to have that tacky branding on the back of the phone right here. So it's basically a super clean, simple, just very minimalistic look overall. And that's what Apple was trying to achieve all these years, is to have the most simple and modern and minimalistic look that they could achieve. And that is what they finally were able to do with the iPhone 11 and 11 Pros. So literally the only thing they have on the back is the Apple logo itself. Obviously they're always going to have that there because it's Apple. They want you to know that it's Apple. So go figure, that's always going to be there. And they repositioned it because this camera right here is a big square and it's huge. So I believe that the Apple logo used to be a little bit higher up, but now it's like more centered. So it's just overall cleaner look. But other than that, it is the same exact design as the iPhone X. Like other than the very clean back and the fact that they kind of added this smoked kind of texture to it that is actually pretty nice, and it resists it doesn't get smudged very easily either. I think that's another reason why they did it. Not just for looks, but it doesn't get smudged at all compared to your typical glossy glass. This smoked glass is very resistant to smudges. But at the end of the day, other than the smoked texture on the back and the minimalistic look, and obviously the redesigned cameras right here, which they're really overdoing it with all these damn cameras. Like, I know a time of flight camera it's almost more of like a sensor. Like, if you see this microphone right here, it's maybe twice the size of the microphone. So if they put a time of flight sensor, it's probably going to be somewhere like right around here, because a time of flight camera doesn't really have to be that big. It's primarily just for measuring depth. So it really doesn't matter. The reason why I really was hoping that it would have had a time of flight camera on here is so obviously it would make augmented reality apps and games a lot better and more accurate, and just it'd make them better overall. But it would also enable one of my most favorite features ever that would make the camera more awesome than ever, and that would be portrait effect on video. Because as you know, obviously we've had portrait mode for pictures for several years now, ever since the iPhone 7 Plus came out, I think, and it had the dual camera or whatever. We've always been able to take pictures where we can blur out the background, take professional looking pictures where we can just focus on the subject and it completely blurs out the background. It just has that nice bokeh effect. With a time of flight sensor on the back of here, we could also have that bokeh effect while recording video. That would be DSLR quality right there, just having that sensor. It would really change up video. It sure as hell would change up video for me. And I was extremely disappointed that it didn't have a time of flight sensor. Seriously, what the hell? The Galaxy Note 10 Plus has the time of flight sensor. All of the Galaxy S20s, except for I think the standard S20 doesn't, but the S20 Plus, the S20 Ultra, whatever, all those have a time of flight sensor on it too. I just, and you can obviously record portrait mode, have the bokeh effect while you're recording video on the Galaxy S20 Plus and the Note 10 Plus. And the Galaxy S and Note phones are a direct competitor to the iPhone. I don't understand why did they leave out something like that. It would have made the camera on this thing is already really good, but having a time of flight sensor on it would have just made this camera almost unbeatable. It would have added that extra functionality that would have made this thing flawless. Even though iOS 13 on the iPhone 11 Pro is pretty damn buggy, and a lot of the times using the zoom on this camera is really glitchy, and sometimes it gets stuck and I can't go back to the wide angle zoom unless I close and reopen the camera. Honestly, it's a complete mess. I am planning on getting the Galaxy S20 Plus, and I'm going to be using that as my primary phone and camera until the iPhone 12 comes out, and then I'll be getting that, hoping that iOS 14 at that point is going to fix the train wreck that is known as iOS 13, because we're at iOS 13.3.1, I think, as of whenever the hell this video is out, and it's still full of problems. It drives me insane. There's just so many bugs. I could make a whole entire 30-minute video of its own just talking about all the problems with this stupid thing. So I'll be sure to do that later. I don't feel like doing that right now because I'm tired. I've been up since I didn't sleep for shit today. I just want to finish this video and go to bed. But either way, it's just, at the end of the day, I don't understand why Apple is not even trying anymore. All they care about is making money. They're putting in the bare minimum effort to like change up the design and make all these improvements, like getting rid of the damn notch. That is the biggest thing I can't stand about this phone. It's one of the big reasons why it's another big reason why I'm getting the Galaxy S20 Plus, because there's no stupid notch. Like, yeah, sure, it has that tiny little dinky hole punch cut out in the center, but it's like that's the only thing that's really in the way. Is the center right here has the front facing camera, but it's so small it's hardly even noticeable majority of the time. I mean, I've already messed around with the Note 10, the Note 10 Plus, and the Galaxy S20 and all that. The hole punch camera is in the center, and it's so damn small, and it's amazing. So I'm trying to save up money to go pick up a S20 Plus, but they're kind of pricey at like $900 to $1,000. It's kind of ridiculous. So it's gonna take like probably another month or two until I can get the money to get that damn thing, especially because I'm still trying to fix my piece of shit car because both my cars are still having transmission problems, and I can't fix that either because it's like, how am I supposed to drive and do, to get to my job and do shit if I don't have a damn car? This life is such a pain in the ass. Everything's always working against me. It's annoying. Yeah. That's what I don't get. Like, why does Apple only care about making money? They put in the bare minimum of effort to try to improve things and change things and make it better. Like, I get it. iPhone is for, closed-minded people that are simple and they don't want things to change. That's kind of why iOS overall, over the years, has for the most part looked pretty much the same. It hasn't really changed much up until iOS 7 when they finally decided to give it a total makeover